What's up, everyone? It's Kink. And when I started playing Magic, Commander decks released only once a year, so by default, they were good. Now, we have Commander decks with every standard set and then some. With so many releases, it makes sense that they would get watered down over time. So this begs the question, which ones are good? PTWs are taking select releases of Commander decks, pitting them against each other and slowly upgrading them based on performance with the goal of finding out which deck has the most potential. In short, we're going to pimp these precons. This season, the PTWs chose the Lord of the Rings Commander decks, and the rules were as follows. Card changes. After Game 1, players may change 5 cards. After each game, players may change 3 cards. First place replaces only 2. Fourth place replaces 4. Card changes are cumulative. Replacement cards can be changed again. After Game 1, 8 cards total. After Game 2, 11 cards total, etc. If you add a card to the deck and it doesn't perform as desired, it may be changed out for another card. Card changes should not exceed the total changes acquired. Upgrades should adhere to precon theme. Upgrades should enhance the deck's theme instead of tech disruption. AB combos allowed. Fast mana not allowed except for Soul Ring. Pulling into the shop today, we've got Pod 2, consisting of PTW Dusk, Heather, PTW Vinyl, and Aestus Attorney.
I'm gonna draw, and I'm going to play a Port Town, and I'm choosing not to reveal. I will pass.
Whoa.
Okay, drop.
The flight.
I'll play Canopy, Vista, Tapped, and Pat.
Look at all of us in our fair mana.
Draw. I'm going to play an island as land for turn. I'm going to tap that island, and I'm going to cycle a Lonely Sandbar.
Ooh.
And I will pass the turn.
Draw. Interesting. Let's throw out a black gate that will not pay the 3 life for it to come in untapped. And I will pass my turn.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. I'm going to play a mountain, and I'm going to tap 2 and play a Talisman of Progress. And I will pass.
Okay, draw. I will play this Forest Land for turn, and then I'll tap to cast Farseek. And I will go get a swamp.
Neat.
He's
Pass me
ramping.
turn.
She's ramping, kill her.
Untap.
Hey, you ramped first.
You're right. But my ramp can be removed.
So can mine. What's your point?
Yeah. Well, yes, ish.
Forest as land for turn. And we're going to go.
I guess they're precons. Ain't nobody destroying artifacts right now. Not mana rocks.
Not yet.
Not yet.
God, why'd you say it like that?
Because I'm thinking. I was like half responding. I'm going to. Yeah, I'll just pay 1. Why not? I'll cast an Arbor Elf. I can tap it to untap target forest. So it's kind of a
Great board.
but not really. Pass turn.
Are you going to untap Addie's lands?
No, because he is summoning sick.
Womp womp.
Pass turn.
I'm going to untap this near black gate. I will play the command tower and pass turn.
Alright.
Ooh.
I'm gonna untap. Upkeep. Draw. Oh, yes.
Oh, yes, he says.
It is one of my additions.
Ooh, new card alert.
It is a Rogrin Triumph, which enters the battlefield tapped.
Fancy. She's got
Um,
fancy lands.
Then I'm going to tap a mountain, a port town, and a talisman of progress for colorless for a Gimli of the Glittering Caves.
Ooh.
And then I will pass the turn.
Play an access tunnel as land return.
Secret tunnel.
Yes. I'm going to tap for a black and a green, and I'll cast Pippin, Warden of Isengard.
Oh. So I hear that's where they're taking the hobbits.
It sure is. And then
Are you
I'm going to Forest Cycle this generous Ent, and I'll pass turn.
Ooh. Alright. I will untap and
How
draw.
dare the hobbits just kill the prince?
We're gonna play Forest as land for turn. I'm gonna tap 2. And I'm gonna cast an Elvish Visionary. When Elvish Visionary enters the battlefield, I draw a card.
Nice.
I'm gonna do that. Then
I'm getting a Murmuring Bosk, by the way.
a what?
Murmuring Bosk.
I don't know what that means.
It's just a land.
Ah.
It's the land I grabbed.
Gotcha. I'm tapping an Arbor Elf to untap my forest. And I will then pay 2 for Lightning Greaves. And I will pass the turn.
Draw. Let's play a mountain for turns. Now attack command tower for red. Mountain for red, and the black gate for black. And I'll use that to play the treasure nabber.
Oh, he's nabbing treasures.
Whenever an opponent taps an artifact for mana, gain control of that artifact until the end of the turn.
We need to get rid of that before Saruman comes in.
And I will pass.
Well, I don't need to get rid of that, but you guys need to get rid of that.
Oh,
Alright.
well, Saruman has nothing to do with.
It gives goblins ward 2.
Oh.
I will untap, upkeep, and draw. I'll go ahead and play an Exotic Orchard. And then I will tap blue and white and red and 2 colorless. And we're bringing out Eowyn.
Oh joy.
Shield Maiden.
I am then going to swing Gimli of the Glittering Caves at Aestus.
Gimli gets a 1/1 counter.
Yeah, and Gimli gets a 1/1 counter because Eowyn entered the battlefield.
Mm.
So, Aestus, you have a 2/2 double strike with Gimli coming at you.
I'll take 4 out there.
Cool.
She's gonna make a bunch of treasures.
I'm going to make just a treasure.
Oh,
Two
that's right.
treasures.
It's not equal. It's not equal to the damage.
It is 2 treasures, though.
Oh, yeah, because I dealt 2 damage.
It's
Or
'cause-
2 instances of damage.
Yeah, because double strike. Yeah,
So I will make 2 treasures.
neat.
You want to use them?
And then
I
I'm going to pass.
Damn.
mean, if you did, as part of the isn't sacrificing them part of the cost?
Yeah.
I'm going to play a Forest as land for turn.
Yeah, so you wouldn't get those, Aestus.
Fine then.
Oh, shoot, but you do get this Talisman of Progress.
Hooray!
Mm-hmm.
I've got a talisman of progress.
Tap for a white, a green, and a colorless to cast Mary, Warden of Isengard.
Rut-row.
I'll keep up 2 mana and pass.
Oh, I don't like that. I mean, I guess at least you're not in blue. It could be worse. Untap and draw.
Assassin's Trophy exists.
Yeah, fair. We do have a green and a black. We have Flooded Grove as land for turn. And we'll tap for Gladriel. Elven Queen.
Commanders at the board.
Indeed. I'm then going to attempt to equip the boots to Galadriel.
That's pretty cool.
Thanks. I
Yep,
thought so.
looks pretty good to me.
Sweet.
I have no particular objection.
I enjoy that. Let's see. Well, the downside. I see I've put myself in a pickle. Okay.
Why? 'Cause she can't be your ring bearer?
It can't be my ring bearer, yeah.
Well, we can't vote until next turn anyway, because she's been the only thing that's entered, right?
That's correct, yeah. So it doesn't really
So you have a ways to before you figure that out.
Yeah, well, at least it's harder to remove for now. All right, so then I will go ahead and pass my turn there.
All right, untap, draw. Let's play a flop for turn. Since this is going away anyway, I'll tap 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I will use that to play Saruman the White Hand.
Dun dun dun.
Bro.
That being said and done, I will then pass my turn, and this artifact will go back into your possession.
Thank you.
I do like that the Wardens of Isengard are fighting against Saruman in this game. That's a good one.
I mean, it is fitting.
I enjoy that dynamic a lot.
I'm going to untap, and then I'm going to upkeep and draw. Ooh. I'm going to tap this land, this exotic orchard, for a blue, and a Talisman of Progress for colorless, and play Denethor, Stone Seer. When he ETBs, I'll scry 2. I will also add a +1/+1 counter onto Gimli.
I need an altar of Denethor, where it's Denethor Stone Seer, and replace the Palantir with a Bong. I need
Nice.
that. Not for me, but just I need that to exist.
Isn't that just kink on a card, though?
I'm going to tap white and white and play a Flowering of the White Tree. It is a
Ooh,
new card that I've added in.
Look at you, 2 new cards already.
Disgusting.
Sorry. Legendary
Gross.
creatures I control get +2/+1 and have ward 1. Non-legendary creatures I control get +1/+1. And I will play an island as land for turn. I'm going to move to combat.
I don't like this.
At the beginning of combat on my turn, another human, Denethor, entered the battlefield under my control. So I will create 2 2/2 human knights that do have +1/+1 from the Flowering of the White Tree.
Oh God.
Then I do not control 6 or more humans. I only have 5 humans.
Oh, is that all?
So I do not draw a card. And then I'm going to declare combat. Also, Aces, you do have a tapped Talisman of Progress, and I don't want to forget about that.
It's back.
Gimli is going to attack. Addie, who are the creatures that you have right now?
My commanders.
Okay, just the 2 commanders.
And 2 mana.
Mason, what do you have?
I have my 4/5 commander, my 1/1 arbor elf, and my 1/1 elvish visionary.
And Aces probably doesn't want to lose either of his creatures.
That seems likely.
So we're going to swing Gimli of the Glittering Caves.
He's
At
what, a
Aces.
5/5 right now?
He is
5/4.
a 5/4 with double strike.
And ward 1.
Yep.
Yikes.
My 2 3/3 human knights with trample and haste are going at Addie.
And where was Gimli going?
Aces.
Okay. Cool.
Aha. Ace is blocked with the treasure nabber.
Well, before blocks, I will tap one, and I will tap Pippin to create a food. And that will make me a soldier boy with life. And I will block one of your 2/2s with the 1/1, and then another with my 1/4.
There
Okay.
are 3 3s.
They're 3/3s. From flowering to the white tree.
Well,
So-
regardless.
Okay, so both of
blocking
mine
the
will
same.
live.
And so will
Okay.
my commander, but
Perfect.
this will die.
Aces, I saw you block Gimli. Which
Treasure Nabber's gone.
I think his second ability, so double strike, the second strike still hits you then, right?
No.
No. It is blocked, so
Okay.
it dealt both damage. Or it did first strike damage, which kills it.
Okay.
Yep.
But it is blocked.
So I do not make any treasures. And
Correct.
then I will go to my
And I
end
also
step.
think you don't lose your mana rock, right?
I
'Cause
do.
It doesn't go until the end of his turn.
Yeah, so after the end of Ace's next turn, I'll get my mana rock back, and we will proceed as normal.
I will play the Sun Petal Grove. It comes in untapped, luckily. I'm going to tap one. Going to tap one and tap Pippin to make a food.
And
And
a soldier.
I'll make a soldier.
I love your soldier boys.
Yeah, me too. Then I'm going to pay 1 and a green to cast Feasting Hobbit. It has Devour Food 3, so I will devour both of these foods, and it will get 6 +1/+1 counters. And creatures with power less than Feasting Hobbit's power can't block it.
Oh.
And then, well, that was fun. I'm going to pass turn. I have an 8/8 now.
Yeah.
Gross.
All right. Untap
I hope so.
and a draw. I'm going to play a forest as land for turn. I go 4 and cast Elvish Piper. I may pay green and tap it. I may put a creature card from my hand onto the battlefield.
Oh.
So I'm going to move to equip the Greaves to the Piper.
Okay. How worried should I be about this?
I mean, it's
Does it give
just
them
basically-
haste?
No.
Then I wouldn't be worried about it.
Alright, continue.
Yeah.
I just want to know. I'm curious about what you're going to
Like,
drop out on us.
I think it would be better to
It
wait
has to be an elf.
and do the removal on whatever he drops.
I'm going to tap an Arbor Elf to untap a forest.
I mean, that's subjective, but
Yeah.
elves are only so powerful.
I'm going to tap my forest and tap the Piper to put Reclamation Sage onto the battlefield.
Very cool.
I'm going to remove the Flower of the White Tree.
Whoa.
I
think-
approve.
I think you should have just removed that thing, Addie. Can we wind that back?
It's already been removed. I don't need to do anything.
Aw.
All right. So that will be the end of my first main phase. We can move to combat. At the beginning of combat on my turn, another elf entered the battlefield under my control, so we get to vote Dominion or Guidance. If Dominion gets more votes, the ring tempts me, then I put a 1/1 counter on my ring bearer. If Guidance gets more votes, the vote is tied, draw a card.
Okay.
I am
What you thinking?
I am going to vote for Dominion.
All right, folks, don't
Okay.
give him what he wants. There's no benefit to voting with him this time.
Aces, what are you voting for?
Is Asus muted?
Probably.
Yes, I
I'm
am.
not hearing anything.
I am voting guidance.
I'm voting guidance.
I'm also voting guidance.
Okay, cool. So I will draw a card. Feel like that's better. It's fine. Ye old Saruman. 2/5.
Yeah, Saruman is a 2/5.
All right. All right. Then I will go ahead and pass out of combat without declaring attackers. And balls. That's fine. And pass turn.
I'm going to draw a card. Sometimes the world calls for a villain. Sometimes
Okay.
you have to decide if you're going to be that villain or not.
Oh boy.
Is it time for a blasphemous act? Is that what's about to be dropped here?
No. That's far too destructive.
Oh, we're talking one-sided board wipes.
But I've drawn this. And now I have a real decision to make because.
But Saruman is there. You don't need to kill Saruman.
I don't want to kill Saruman. I'm going to avoid that if possible. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to tap all the stuff. We're going to play a Smoldering Marsh for turn, which comes to play untapped because I control a mountain and a swamp.
Neat. Good land.
I agree. I have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't do both of these. There's no way to do both of these. Okay, we'll just do this instead. I'm going to tap 1, 2, tap that for colorless, mountain and command tower for red, and tap 1, 2, 3, 4 colorless.
Oh boy.
I'm going to play one of my new cards.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Spiteful Banditry.
Oh shit.
When Spiteful Banditry enters the battlefield, deals X damage to each creature. X is 4.
4. Okay, well that's fine actually.
Whenever one or more creatures my opponent's controls die, I make a treasure token. This ability only activates once per turn.
Oh, it's each. It's not each. Fuck.
Yes, I don't get one. Like I read it the other way the first time. It's like I get every time a thing dies, I make a treasure token. That's stupid. Like no, it's only 1 per turn. Okay, but it happens at any time that any creature that I don't control dies. That's still pretty good.
I don't like that.
I'm
So
fine.
I lose 4 things. Galadriel has 4 damage marked on her.
I guess I'll just.
If I had his board, damn.
Yeah, big
I'll
rip.
just make it this piece of paper. All right, so this is now an orcs.
Ooh,
Because the mana value of that card was 6, I have a 6/6 orc army.
Oh fuck. That's spicy.
I had a good stand. I don't think this one will right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Man, my whole board just got completely decimated.
Yeah.
I also make a treasure token. You get this artifact back.
Not till the end of your turn, but yes.
Well, you will. I'm basically
okay.
passing my turn, so you get it back. But I guess I'll just turn that into a treasure token and be done with it.
All right, I will untap with a significantly more shitty board, and I will upkeep and draw.
Damage goes away.
Man, that was not good for me.
Mason was the factor that really made that decision worthwhile for me because with that tree, I wasn't going to be able to get rid of your commander.
Yeah. I mean. Yeah.
All
I mean,
right,
I was
I'm
just
using
afraid of
my
the two-
treasure and all 6 mana for my commander, and I will
That's
pass.
I was just afraid of all of that getting swung at me next turn since I didn't get swung at this turn.
That's a perfectly reasonable fear. You don't need to feel guilty for acting.
You know,
so
As a terrorist, you can negotiate with me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, I am very open for deals. I encourage them.
Alright, I'm going to tap 3 for a rapacious gift. And then
Just have some very hungry. This deck
Hold
should
on.
just be called Very Hungry Hobbits.
it should.
Or Hungry Hobbits, I guess.
hungry hobbitses.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just tap for 4 for Pippin instead.
Just one terrified innkeeper looking at this army of hobbitses. What do you
That's true.
want? We come for the Titers!
Untap. And draw Lulu. Shush.
Man, I'm bummed. That was not a fun play for me, Aestus.
I'm the villain. I'm sorry.
He is the villain. Rejuvenating Springs enters the battlefield untapped because I have 2 or more opponents. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4 for Celeborn the Wise. Whenever I attack with 1 or more elves, scry 1, and whenever I scry, Celeborn the Wise gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each card looked at while scrying this way.
Nice.
Synergy. Then I'm going to play this card called Elven Farsight, which says scry 3, then you may reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, draw a card. So I'm going to scry 3. All 3 are going to the bottom. And I'm revealing the top. Haldir, Lorien Lieutenant. It is a creature, so I will draw a card. Haldir goes to my hand. He's an X and green elf soldier. Enters the battlefield with X/1/1 counters. Has vigilance, and I can pay 6 to give vigilance and 1/1 for each counter on him to each elf until end of turn. I scried 3, so Celeborn has +3/+3 until end of turn. I'm going to move to equip the Greaves to him. And then I will.
How much is his bonus right now?
He has +3/+3 until end of turn. Right.
So how big is he currently?
He is currently a 6/6, and when I attack, he'll become a 7/7.
Make attacks on Aestus a little easier.
Yes, it could.
If you don't attack me.
Oh, you.
I mean, I can make it easier for you.
Okay. Perhaps. I could be into
Okay.
that. I could be into that. We'll go ahead and move to combat. At the beginning of combat on my turn, we'll vote for Dominion or Guidance. I'm going to vote for Dominion.
Guidance.
Guidance.
Aestus, what are you picking?
Guidance.
Guidance.
Yeah. Cool.
You
I'll
get to draw a card.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then I'm going to declare attackers. We're going to send Celeborn at Aestus. When I do, I get to scry 1. Well, that goes on the stack. I don't know if anybody has any responses to that. But
Oh, in response. I'm going to Path Saruman.
ooh.
Okay.
To get a basic land tapped.
All right. That's fine, I guess.
All right. I will scry.
Let's grab.
He only has 50 million treasures to recast him next turn.
In this land.
You only has 1.
No, I only get 1 per instance of that effect per turn.
Oh!
Yeah, so
Okay, that's way less broken than I thought it was. I thought you were paying...
Oh, yeah.
Right, because
essentially
That's what
six.
it's not a
that's
spell
what he was saying right after.
with a persistent
Okay.
effect.
That's what he was saying right after was that it's not busted.
That makes sense. No,
Not really.
I just
For it
misunderstood.
to do that, and also for it to be an enchantment, would be unreasonably broken.
Yeah. All right. There's a 7/7 coming at you, Aestus.
I'll take 7. That's fine.
All right. That will be the end of my turn.
All right. I'm gonna draw a card.
Just helping people ramp.
That's what we're calling it, huh?
Yeah.
This goes away. Celeborn is now a 3/3 again.
All right, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That was spicy though.
I'll play a Frostboil Snarl, and we'll come into play Pat. What is Caliborn sitting at now?
Currently has lightning greaves on it.
I just need to know its power and toughness.
I believe it's a 3/3.
3/3? Okay.
It's a 3/3 and a 4/5.
3/3 and a 4/5. Okay.
You gonna do a big board wipe again?
Board wipe is a harsh term.
Aces. Did you add in with your 7 choices? Did you get to add in all board wipes?
Actually, to be honest, most of the creature clearing is stuff that was already in this deck.
Oops, all board wipes the deck?
I mean,
It's Grixis, so it makes sense.
okay, we are going to tap 4, and I am going to use that to play a Languish, giving all creatures -4/-4 until the end of turn.
Oh my god. 4K!
I mean, like, it's a good thing you passed out that Saruman, because if you hadn't, my orcs would get +4/+4 just by virtue
That's
of
why I did it. That's exactly why I did it. I knew this shit was just gonna keep coming.
Then I'm going to tap an island, a smoldering marsh, and knock off one of my treasure tokens, leaving me with 1, because 8 creature died. And I'll use that to play the Treason of Isengard. Put up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library and amass orcs 2. You're going to get 2 dips. And I will take Languish and put it on top of my library.
Wow.
Oh my god.
I thought we liked actually play the game.
If you gotta be the villain, though!
I mean, then win. Attack somebody with those orcs and actually get us towards the end game.
That was really the next part of the plan, if you'd let me have a second.
Alright.
This goes to the graveyard. Let's swing at Vinyl for 4 with orcs.
You're on mute if you're talking.
For 8, you mean?
No, it's got more board.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah.
It's still alive, but it's considerably weaker.
I'll take 4.
That's all the productivity I can wring out, so I'll pass my turn.
So did you end up not putting anything on top of your deck?
Nah. After a moment of consideration, there's other more important crap in there that I need.
So, what'd you put on top?
Nothing. It says up to 1 instant or sorcery. I don't have to do it. I just opted not to.
Oh, okay.
Here's 5. Flame Rush Rider. Let's see. Actually. Yeah. There's 5 for Flame Rush Rider, and I'll pass.
Okay. I will untap and draw. I'm going to tap this Access Tunnel to cast a Soul Ring.
Whoa.
Then I'll tap this Soul Ring and this Swamp for Rapacious Guest. Has Menace, and whenever 1 or more creatures you control do combat damage to a player, create a food.
Alright.
Whenever I sacrifice a food, put a 1/1 counter on the guest.
Neat.
Alright.
I will pay 5 to cast Mary, Warden of Isengard. Then I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to swing in 8/8 at Aestus.
Alright.
And I'll make a food. And a Soldier Boy. And then I will be passing the turn.
Alright. Untap. And draw. Okay. We're going to go 1, 2 for an Arcane Signet. Then we're going to go 4. And we're going to cast Plea for Power. Starting with me, each player votes for time or knowledge. If time gets more votes, take an extra turn after this one. If knowledge gets more votes or the vote is tied, draw 3 cards.
What you picking?
I'm going to vote for time.
No, surely not.
Is this?
Shocker, I know.
Well, I'm going to vote to not give Vinyl a second turn, so I'll do knowledge.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's knowledge.
Knowledge.
Okay. I am going to play a forest as land for turn. I'm going to tap 2, and I'm going to cast Elvish War Master. Whenever one or more other elves enter the battlefield under my control, create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. This ability triggers only once each turn.
Okay.
I'm going to move to equip the Lightning Greaves to the War Master. It feels really futile because every time I've done it, that creature's died just immediately, but we'll see how this goes.
I mean, it's a matter of happenstance. Like, this is
I
not
know.
representative of the actual. I don't have, like, just 10 board wipes in this deck. I just
I
they were
know.
all near the top for some reason.
I know.
Eh,
All right, prove it.
prove it. Jury's still out on that.
I mean, wait, no. Screw you. I'm not showing you my deck list.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
No, you're good. All right. I'm going to move to combat. When I move to combat, we're going to vote. Again, I'm going to vote for Dominion.
Of course, draw cards. Well, guidance, specifically.
Guidance.
Guidance.
Cool.
You're never gonna get that to trigger.
That's fine. Like, honestly, like, you guys are just letting me draw
Yeah.
cards. This is hilarious.
I mean,
Like, I'm just kind of flabbergasted. It's just really funny.
I don't know what the ring does, and it scared
no
me.
I would never vote for somebody to draw a card, but that's just me. I'm going to swing Galadriel and Heather and Elvish War Master at Aestus.
It has haste of it.
Yes, because it has boots.
All right, the boots. So it's a what?
2/2.
And she's a 4.
4/5.
Okay, I'll mark commander damage.
I have no blocker, so I guess I'll take 2.
Then I will pass turn.
All right, let's draw. Oh, okay. I wanted that anyway. I will play a swamp for turn. Let's go ahead and tap 4 treasure token and 1 more. And we're going to use that to put Saruman back on the board. And then I will tap 3 to play the Fall of Care Andros, another of my new cards. Whenever a creature an opponent controls is dealt excess non-combat damage, it works X, where X is the excess damage in +1/+1 counters. I can tap it for 8 to deal 7 damage to target creature.
Now it's time for a blasphemous act. Can you imagine?
I can imagine.
That would be disgusting.
the fall of what?
Fall.
The Fall of Care Andros.
Has PJ heard about this card yet? He needs to know.
Because
Do you
I played
have the
nine-
8 mana for next turn? Having it deal 7 damage to target creature?
I think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, I do.
Ew.
Because I played a non-creature spell, the orcs are going to get 3 more +1/+1 counters. So it's 11/11.
Make a wish.
Alright, where's that army
And
going?
if I swing it, I'm going to die. So I'm going to pass my turn.
That's correct.
Untap. Hope for lands and draw. It is a land. Thank goodness. That means I'm only 1 turn maybe away from casting my commander if I'm lucky.
What do you mean you have 8 right now?
And she costs 9.
You do? That's sad.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, and even if I did cast her, she'd just get Fall of Carandrost. Probably.
Well, frankly, there are other higher priority targets.
You never know.
I'm good. I will save this for so much honor as I have to claim at this point. Your commander is not my immediate issue. If you play her, like she's not the thing that I'm going after.
That's fair.
Alright, Riders of Rohan. When it
Mm.
ETBs, I create 2/2 red human
First of all-
knights with trample and haste. I did not dash it.
Well, you just played him out right. Nifty.
Actually,
That's cool that you can dash it though, because then it just lets you make more tokens.
I
That's
am
sick.
actually going to dash it. Because I can. And
It
then
only
it gets
costs some extra mana. Yeah,
then it gets haste. So I'm
and then
going
it
to
comes back to your hand, and you get to make more tokens next turn.
well, just wait till you see how gross this could be.
Oh
So I'm
boy!
gonna
Here
go
we
to combat. And I'm going to swing everything at Mason.
Natch. Watch me die, guys. Here we go.
Actually, yeah. I don't think you'll die. When the Flame Rush Rider attacks, create
Make a
a
copy.
token that's a copy of another target attacking creature
Ooh.
that's tapped and attacking. So I will make a copy of the of the Riders of Rohan that's
Yeah.
tapped, and this copy is attacking Addie. And I will also make 2 human knights
They are not attacking. Yeah.
So, Addie, you have a 4/4 coming at you.
What?
And I'm taking how much?
And you, Mason, are taking 11.
That's a nice get back right there, I say.
We'll see. There's still a very large orc army and Saruman.
Yeah, but
So-
but it doesn't have trample.
It's an orc and it doesn't have vigilance. If I swing at it, I'm going
Yeah.
to be killed.
It doesn't have trample. It doesn't have vigilance. Yeah, I mean,
All
you
right.
block it
Right.
with one horse.
It's a very meaty shield, is what it is.
That's what I've always had a problem with armies for that reason.
All right, so this is going to die at the end of combat. I'm going to go to my post-combat main. I'm going to pass through that. This is going to dash back to my hand, as it is now the end step. And I'll pass.
Oh,
Like a 1/1 insect can stop an army, and that bothers me.
yeah. Draw.
I mean, if you're playing in colors where you're like passively, like if you're playing in red, it's not terribly difficult to play cards that like
Get your
this creature gets trample or all creatures you control have trample.
Yeah.
I will tap for 2 green to cast a Quest for Renewal. Whenever a creature I control becomes tapped, I can put a quest counter on it. And once I have 4 or more quest counters, I get to untap it. Very cool.
new card.
It sure is.
Oh gee.
Um,
Oh. Oh, that's really good.
With my guest, can I get more than 1 foods in a combat, or do I get only 1?
What is it? What does she say again? Let's see.
Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a food.
Yeah, you
I
can
think I
make,
get
you
1
can make
per
one for
player.
each player. Yeah.
I'm going to go to combat, and I'm going to swing this 8/8 at Heather. And it can't be blocked by creatures with power less than it.
Aha. So I, having no creatures with power greater than it, will take 8 damage.
Yes. And with a food entering, white and a black to cast Frodo, Adventurous Hobbit. I will go and search for Sam. There's Sam. Yeah, I'll pay 3 to cast Sam. I should have done this before combat, but it's fine. And then with a Soul Ring up, I will pass.
Combat happened. Who got attacked?
Heather did.
I did.
Did anything die?
No.
Yeah.
Because it couldn't be blocked. Tap. And draw.
Like if I could make more than 1 army, that would also kind of fix the problem a little bit.
I'm going to play a Grey Havens as land for turn. Also, like, check that thing out. It's beautiful. I'm going to scry 1 and go to the bottom. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. And we're going to cast Marwyn the Nurturer.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. So this is going to do a couple things. Yes. When Marwyn enters, Elvish War Master will trigger and make a 1/1 Elf Warrior. When the 1/1 Elf Warrior comes in, that puts a counter on Marwyn. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3 and cast an Elvish Archdruid, which will put another 1/1 counter on Marwyn. Then going to attempt to move my boots onto my Elvish Archdruid.
Cool.
I'm then going to tap that for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, 5 green mana. So I will tap a blue and leave 1 green floating to cast Song of Arendelle. It's a saga. And so it'll come in with 1 lore counter on it. The first lore counter, scry 2, then draw 2 cards. Second one, create a treasure token and a 2/2 blue bird creature token with flying. And on the third, put a flying counter on each creature you control without flying.
Damn.
Cool.
Scry 2. I'm going to leave this on top. Put
You know,
this
that
on
shit's pretty dangerous, Final.
draw, I know. And draw 2 cards. I think then I'm going to move my boots onto Marwyn. And then,
You have more bullshit to do?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Tap Marwyn for 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to cast Haldir, Lorien Lieutenant, with X equal to 4. So I will get he'll get 4 1/1 counters on him when he comes in. He is a 4/4 with Vigilance, and I can pay 6 mana, and until end of turn, other elves I control gain Vigilance and get +1/+1 for each 1/1 counter on Haldir.
All right,
God,
Aces.
these are
Time to get back to
impossible
those
to
board
fucking
wipes.
spell.
What was that?
These are impossible to spell.
I know. Well, and they don't have any of the special characters either. Or they have all of the special characters, and you have to have them in order to get the names. They need to fix that.
Yeah.
All right, and then, okay, I'm gonna move to equip the boots onto Haldir, and if that goes through, then I'm going to move to combat. At the beginning of combat on my turn, we're going to vote for Dominion or Guidance. I'm going to choose Dominion.
Of course you do. I'll go Dominion this time.
Dominion. Stop drawing cards.
Dominion.
Wow, look at that. All right. Then I'm gonna go ahead and make Galadriel my ring bearer. Ooh, fancy. And I'll put up to 1 on the ring track. Legendary and can't be blocked by creatures with greater, which is nice, I guess. It also gets a +1/+1 counter, because that's what Galadriel's ability says. So it is a 5/6. Oh man, Frodo and Sam are so.
Or so what? They do nothing.
I know, but they're just jamming up the works.
Oh, I will block.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So yeah,
The ring tempts me not.
I'm going to swing Haldir at Heather. I'm going to swing. Then yeah, I'm also gonna just leave everybody else up to block, I think, because I'm scared.
All right, what else coming at me?
Haldir, a 4/4 coming at you, Heather.
With Vigilance. No
Yeah.
trample.
No trample.
I'm actually just gonna take 4.
Okay. And then I will pass turn.
All right, draw. What do we got?
I think I need to put a Myth Unbound in this
sorry.
deck.
Heather, what power and toughness is your dude?
Which dude?
The untapped dude.
There are 2/2/2s.
There's 2/2/2s here. The only named card I have out is 3/3.
I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to swing Saruman and the Orcs at Vinyl.
Okay. I will block the orcs with an elf warrior, and I'll let Saruman through.
Alright, 2 commander damage. Cool. Get a treasure token, so I guess that's worth something.
The elf dies.
Okay. I didn't know go any. We are going to tap Smoldering March for black. 2, 3. Oh. 4. And I'm going to use that to play a Bitter Downfall, targeting my Saruman. I will destroy him, send him to the graveyard, and I will lose 2 life.
Uh-huh.
I will then tap 1.
Don't you also amass orcs for that?
I do, but it's completely irrelevant. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a treasure token to make 5. And I will cast Living Death. Each player exiles all creature cards from his or her graveyard, then sacrifices all creatures he or she controls, and put all cards they exiled this way onto the battlefield.
Okay. In response, I'm going to tap for 2 colorless. I'll sacrifice my 2 food, so I'll gain 6, and Rapacious Guest will get 2 counters on it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it dies, it's going to do 4 damage to Aestus's face.
I'm doing you a favor, and you're still doing me damage. I see how it is.
Actually, this is pretty good for me.
I'm gonna scry 2.
Everything else goes to the graveyard.
Oh my god, you get Gimli Bag!
I do.
And I will get back a Treasure Nabber and Saruman of the White Hand.
I get back
I-
Elvish Visionary, a Reclamation Sage, an Elvish Piper, and Celeborn the Wise. And I have an ETB trigger, so if I think mine resolve first, but everybody check and see what you got.
I'll just make a food.
Okay. Direct Sage will get rid of what do we care about?
Well, it's going to be my commanders cost a lot, so Quest for Renewal isn't that great.
No, I mean I'm looking at one of the 2 enchantments on Aestus's board, probably.
I would definitely get rid of the. Well,
That's I mean they're both
either one, really.
Yeah, I'll just roll for it. High, it's the top one. Low, it's the bottom one. Low, it's the bottom one.
Alright.
Oh, also, Gimli saw Denethor come in, so it does get a counter.
Oh, and I draw a card from Elvish Visionary.
I knew I should have waited on the Frodo and Sam.
It's really glad. Well, I guess. Yeah, really glad I dashed my riders.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've got nothing else productive to do, so I'm going to go ahead and pass turn.
Alright. Untap. Upkeep, draw. I'm going to tap 3 in the most colorless way I can. And cast a Herald's Horn. I'm going to choose humans.
Are you sure you don't want to pick like goblins or something?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
And I'm going to pay 4 for Riders of Rohan, creating 2 human knights with trample and haste.
Sick. And you're not dashing it.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Let's see. Do we think Ace is going to wipe the board next turn?
Probably not.
Addie, you only have 1 creature out.
That is correct.
Alright, fine. We're just going to pass. Thank you
Cool.
for letting me know that it is a big chungus. I apologize for
It
my
is Big Chungus.
declaration.
You should apologize.
How dare you?
Tap for 2, 3, 4 to cast Treebeard, Gracious Host. I will make 2 foods. So now I have, well, yeah, 3.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I
So,
will tap
1 second.
4. I'm gonna cast Assemble the Entmoot. Creatures I control have reach. Then I will pass the turn. The trees are reaching for the elves.
Yeah. I just wanted to come greet you with some flying elves.
Fuck no, I'm gonna kill those elves.
Draw. Neat. All right.
Snakes in the grass, snakes in the tree.
And after my draw step, we go to 2 on Song of Arendelle. I'll make a treasure token and a 2/2 bird with flying. So I'll make both of those actually. Sorry, I should have had that ready. Had this whole turn, make tokens, and what did I do? Nothing. Let's see. So we will 8. And we're going to cast Genesis Wave.
Boy.
X equals 5. Reveal the top 5 cards of my library. I may put any number of permanents with mana value 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield, then put all cards revealed this way that weren't put onto the battlefield into my graveyard. Raise the Palisade, not a permanent. A land, that's a permanent. A land, that's a permanent. Seardan the Shipwright, that's a 5 mana or less. And Vine Glimmer Snarl, that's a permanent. Wow, bunch of lands. That's good, I guess. Raise the Palisade goes to the graveyard. Everything else comes in. Was that 5?
So what does the creature do?
It is a 3/4 with vigilance, and it has Secret Council. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, so now, each player secretly votes for a player, then those votes are revealed. Each player draws a card for each vote they received. Each player who received no votes may put a permanent card from their hand onto the battlefield.
Okay.
So we all secretly vote for somebody. Whoever gets votes, they draw a card for each vote. Whoever gets no votes puts a permanent from their hand onto the battlefield.
How many cards do you have in hand?
I have 4 cards in hand.
Aestus, how many cards do you have in hand?
I have 1.
Heather?
I have 3.
Okay. I have 4. Aestus has 1. Daff has 2. We are going to vote secretly. So I'm going to secretly write my vote.
I have also written mine.
I wrote my vote.
I have also written mine.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, vote.
Oh wait, what? We can vote for ourselves?
It says a player.
Yeah.
It doesn't say other than yourself. Yeah.
Oh. Cool. Addie.
So Addie draws 2.
Yeah.
Aestus puts a permanent onto the battlefield. I draw 1. Heather draws 1.
Cool.
All right.
Help a player points. Oh wait, wrong league. No, also Vine Glimmer Snarl enters tapped.
I'm going to put down the Mouth of Sauron, which was in my hand. When he hits the board, target player mills 3 cards and mass works X, where X is the number of instants and sorceries in that player's graveyard. I will choose myself. I mill a Commander Sphere, a Thrill of Possibility, which I'm annoyed I actually could use that, and Shelob the Dreadweaver.
So that's one.
That will bring my total of instants and sorceries up to 5.
Also, Asus, I forgot to give you this Talisman of Progress. So you have this.
Oh, you also have my Soul Ring.
Yeah. So you have a talisman as well.
I forgot the Goblin was back. Cool.
So do I.
I have so much to do with the no cards in my hand.
Yeah. All right. So if that all resolves, then yeah, I drew my
I'm in a
card.
better position to defend myself, though. I'll take that.
I'm gonna tap my Arbor Elf and untap a forest.
I'll kill that Galadriel all day long. Just send it over. I'll kill that Galadriel, just send her over.
I don't have a Galadriel.
Oh, yeah.
we'll go ahead and move to combat. I will swing with the Elvish Visionary at Addy, which will let me scry one.
I'm gonna kill it. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. Second main, I will move my boots onto my Piper. I will actually go ahead and tap a forest and tap my Piper to put Gandalf Westward Voyager from my hand onto the battlefield. Whenever I cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater, each opponent reveals the top card of their library. If any of those cards share a card type with that spell, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy, and each opponent draws a card. Otherwise, I draw a card.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then with that, I will pass the turn.
Alright, come on, don't be a land. It's a land.
Rip-it-a-ronies.
Have all this mana and literally nothing to do with it.
Donate it to me.
I don't think I can do that.
Oh. Bummer.
I used to have a thing that I could dump all this mana into, but somebody destroyed it.
It was random chance.
Hey, I can't afford to attack, so I'll pass turn and control of the soul ring and the talisman go back to their original owners.
Alright, I'll
Yay!
upkeep and draw. At the beginning of my upkeep, I have to look at the top card of the library. It was not a creature. I do not reveal it, and it does go to my hand.
Neato.
Okay, so I played a land. And why not? Let's do this. We're gonna tap an island for a Wayfarer's Bauble. Because we're at the point where we're gonna do some ramping. And I'm gonna crack it and go grab a basic land. It's gonna be a mountain. Here's a mountain. It comes untapped. Then we're going to pay 3 for a Crown of Gondor artifact.
Ooh.
But I am not the monarch, so it's way too expensive for me to use. It is not it's not a legendary creature, so Gimli doesn't get boosted. And I'm just gonna pass.
Okay. Untap.
And no, Aces, I did not use my Talisman of Progress, so you don't get it.
That's fine.
Hey, Final, is there anything that gives you a ton of mana out of the elves you have?
I have one elf that lets me untap a forest, and I have this Elvish Piper that lets me pay a green to put a creature from my hand.
Oh, right.
But I do not have any mana generators out. They're all in my graveyard.
It's not gonna matter because unless this board state dramatically shifts, I'm gonna die.
Tap 2 for the Soul Ring. Ace just gets a Soul Ring, and I'll tap 2 green. Cast Harmonize. I'll draw 3 cards. I will play a Forest as land for turn. Well, even though it gives Aestus my artifact, maybe I... Fabui. I'm going to tap for 1 on a white. Sorry. A green and a colorless. Cast an Arcane Signet.
Neat.
Then I'm going to tap 3 to cast Lobelia, Defender of Bagend. When it enters the battlefield, each opponent exiles the top card of their library, and I can play them eventually.
It's an island.
Cool.
I have a Siege Gang Commander.
Okay.
When Siege Gang Commander enters the battlefield, create 3 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. 1 in a red, sacrifice a goblin. Siege Gang Commander deals 2 damage to any target. It costs 5.
Okay.
It is a Thought Vessel.
Wow, this is all around disappointing, but that's alright.
Well, it's just what you wanted at this stage in the game.
It's true. I wanted to do things, and those are things.
Uh-huh.
Okay, then I'm going to pay 1 and a white. Ace just gets an Arcane Signet, and I'll cast a Shire Sheriff. When it enters the battlefield, I may sacrifice a token. I will sacrifice a food, and Gandalf will be exiled with the sheriff until the sheriff is gone. Unless anybody else would suggest a better target.
Is it only creatures?
Yeah. I would suggest not Gandalf.
Okay, anybody else? Yeah, we're gonna stick with Gandalf.
And it's exiled?
Exiled temporarily.
Okay. Until that leaves the battlefield?
Yes,
Okay. And you have an island. I don't know if you heard that earlier.
I did. I have them written down.
Excellent.
And then I'm gonna pass. I like having blockers.
All right. At your end step, tap 4 and cast Learn from the Past. I'm going to shuffle my graveyard into my library and draw a card.
Seems good.
I thought so. Then we will untap and upkeep and draw. At the end of my draw step, we tick up to 3, and all of these creatures get a flying counter on them. These guys all get flying counters. I'm just going to do this for now. And then we'll pay 2 for an Elvish War Master. Whenever one or more other elves enter the battlefield, make a 1/1 elf. Ability triggers once each turn. Okay.
Your Saga's sacrifice, right?
Yes, that's gone.
So your stuff can fly. For now.
Yes, it can. Until it dies.
Can you kill me?
I only have 15, so no. But I will tap 2. Cast a Paradise Druid. That makes an elf. I'll go ahead and move to combat. I'm gonna swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures at Heather in the air for a total of 1, 3, 5, 8, 10, 14, 13, 16 damage. But before that happens, each player secretly votes for a player, and then those votes are revealed, and people draw cards or put permanents on the battlefield, or creatures on the battlefield. Permanent. So, voting time.
Okay. So this is the secret voting?
Secret vote.
Okay.
Alright, ready?
Yep.
Vote. I vote for
Me.
myself.
I voted for me.
Does that
I
mean we
voted for me as
all
well.
get
We all draw a card.
and we all get a permanent?
No. Everybody had a vote, so no
Oh.
one gets that trigger. All right. So I swing at you, and then before blockers are declared, while I still have priority, I'm gonna go 4 and cast Galadrim Ambush and make 7 1/1 elves.
Okay.
So I have
Very cool.
8 of these guys now. Yeah. And then
You said I take 15, 16?
14.
Okay.
And then with 9 blockers and not a whole lot else going on, I'll pass the turn.
All right, draw. Play a mountain. That was grandly helpful.
Don't forget you have an arcane signet this turn.
I do.
And a soul ring. And an arcane signet.
I have lots of mana. And it's not really going to matter a whole hell of a lot, but that's okay.
If we swing everything, we might be able to kill Mason.
I think you should kill me, and that's just sort of selfish. But like, yeah.
I will swing all of my stuff. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that's 10 points of damage. I'll swing that at Heather.
Okay. I'll take 10.
Then I'll go in the main 2.
Oh man, what a bummer.
I will tap a red and
Sorry,
play Blasphemous Act.
Blasphemous Act?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean,
Ah!
I literally top decked the thing. Like it's the
No,
know.
you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good.
Alright.
you've got
But I
to
wanted, but
Best of luck.
I also didn't want it.
Alright, so because I cast a non-creature spell, 9+1/+1 tokens get put onto the orc army.
Oh. Oh yeah, it does survive.
It will live.
That's funny.
Barely, but it'll
Okay.
live.
You get 1 treasure token.
I do.
Well, you can use all that mana to recast your commander, I
That's
guess.
pretty much exactly what's going to happen. So
And I
you go to
can
the
stop
graveyard,
donating my rocks.
you go over here. I'll just say that I tapped Heather's mana source before I killed her for its mana. I'll tap the soul ring for 2. And then what artifact did I get from Mason?
Arcane Signet.
Arcane Signet. Alright, so that's what, another 1?
Of any color.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Your
So that's
identity.
4. So if I tap 2 more and pay the regular cost of the card, I can cast it. Cool. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 1 red source in here. Yeah, that'll work. So use all those. I will put Saruman back on the board. These orcs is tapped. His Blasphemous Act is in the graveyard. I think I already made my treasure token. And I will pass my turn.
Alright, untap. I get my rocks back. Thank
You
God.
do get your rocks back.
Draw.
And I'm no longer
That
in
is
front
cool.
of being pelted to death by flying elves.
Oh, jeez. They both cost a lot now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I will cast Pippin.
Alright.
Oh. And 1, 2. Oh, jeez. How big is your army?
Back?
Yes.
It is a 14-14.
Oh, right, because Blast Act is 8. It's like, wow, that's really high. Okay, well, yeah. Do 3 for Savvy Hunter. Whenever she attacks or blocks, create a food token.
Cool.
And then I will pass.
How many cards does everybody have in hand?
I have
3.
How many?
Oh, you have
aces?
none?
0.
Ooh. Oofda.
Yeah.
Alright. 3. And cast a Whisper Silk Cloak. Because why not? Then we'll go 5. And cast Galadriel.
Alright.
Which triggers Gandalf, right? Because
It only costs 5?
Or 6. Sorry, 6. Yeah. Whoops. My bad. You're all right. Because it's mana value, not converted mana cost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they changed converted mana cost, or they changed CMC to mana value. But yeah.
So then each opponent reveals the top card of their library. If it's a creature, I get to copy her. If it's and each opponent draws a card.
It is the Foreboding Ruins.
So neither of them are creatures.
Nope.
So I get to draw a card. Ooh, very nice. I'm going to pay 2 and equip the Whisper Silk Cloak to Galadriel. And I'm gonna
Not
pay
Gandalf? Wow.
I'm gonna pay 0 and put the lightning greaves on Gandalf. Galadriel not being able to be blocked is better than Gandalf not being able to be blocked, even though it's 1 damage less.
Fair enough.
Move to combat. Another elf did not enter the battlefield on my turn, so that's unfortunate. But I will.
I'll take 5.
Yeah, I'll swing it at Addy. Yeah, for 5. And then second man, I got nothing. Pass turn.
So I didn't get to draw that card.
No. We get to draw it now.
You get to draw it now.
Yeah, fanboying fantastic. I get to draw off this land that does absolutely nothing for me.
Hooray!
This is deeply frustrating. I guess I'll untap my 14 orcs. I can't afford to not have them block. And
Hey,
second
Aces,
requirement. Yeah.
if you swing the orcs at Vinyl, or sorry, I would like to swing my 3/3 at you, and that is it. You can block with Saruman, and nothing will die. I will not attack you on my turn if you swing the orcs at Vinyl.
I mean, sure, but then I gotta creep. Well, I guess I could.
Either he
block.
blocks or he takes
Yeah.
14.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
May as
mean,
well. I've got nothing else to live for at this point. So go to combat, swing 14 power of works of Mason.
Not sure why you're coming for me, but I guess good game, Addy.
what do you mean? Not over.
I got nothing else to do, so I'll pass turn.
Alright. I will untap. And draw. Boy. Maybe. Okay. I'm going to pay 2 green to cast Revive the Shire. I'm going to return Treebeard from my graveyard to my hand, and I'll make a food. Then I'm going to tap my Soul Ring and a white and a green to cast said Treebeard. I will make 2 foods. I will then tap for a green and a white, and I'll cast Banquet Guests, where X equals 5, and it will get 10 1/1 counters on it. It says affinity for food, and it enters with twice the amount of X counters. And then I'm going to go to combat. I'll swing a Savvy Hunter at Aestus and a Pippin at Vinyl.
Alright, well, I can block it with the Sermon and it'll just bounce.
Yes.
I'll block Pippin with Galadriel.
In response, I'm going to tap 2 to crack a food. I'll gain 3, and I will put 3 1/1 counters on Pippin through Treebeard's ability. So it is now a 5/5.
Okie dokie. I will still block, and Galadriel will die.
Cool. And then I'll pass the turn with that.
Okie dokie. Untap. And draw. Oh boy. Alright. So we're going to tap the Grey Havens and play a Soul Ring. Join the party. I'm going to tap the Soul Ring and a green and float a colorless to cast.
Sorry, Pippin's in the command zone.
To cast Lignify, targeting the guests. So it becomes a
Which
0/4 tree folk and loses all abilities.
Tree folk, you say?
Uh-huh.
I can still make it bigger.
Probably.
That's funny.
And then I'm going to tap 1, 2, and the other floating green. And I'm going to beast within the orc army. So you get a 3/3 token.
You have to tap for 2 more to cast it.
Okay.
Yeah, it has Horde.
Alright, well now it's beast.
It's
Cool.
a 3/3 beast. Then we'll go ahead and move to combat, and I'll swing Gandalf at actually before I do that, I can't unequip this actually, so never mind. I'm gonna swing Gandalf at Aestus for 5.
Alright. Is it unblockable?
It just has haste and shroud.
Okay. Screw it, I'll take 5.
Okay. And then I will pass turn.
Draw. Another land. And tap my beast and pass my turn.
Okay. I will untap and draw. Ooh. I'll tap for 2 cast Golem, Obsessed Stalker. Then for 2 and a white, I'll cast the Gaffer. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain 3 or more life this turn, draw a card. How many cards you got in hand, Vinyl?
2.
2.
And no blockers.
Yes. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to send this Tree Folk at... Oh, it can't block, right? Or it can't attack or block, right? Lignify?
It just loses all abilities, so it's a 0/4 tree folk with everything, with no abilities, and everything else about it is the same. It's not destroyed,
Oh.
it's just enchanted.
Oh, it still had the same amount of counters then.
Yes.
So it's a 10-14. Oh. Okay. Well, I'm going to swing both of these at Astus, and I'll swing the Tree Folk at Vinyl. The Lignified one.
Okay, what
So-
are these?
You have a 3/3 and a 0/5 with trample, but I can make them big. I can make Treebeard bigger. Treebeard and Savvy Hunter coming at you, Astus.
Okay, I'll block the hunter with Serum and then Treebeard with 3/3 worth of beasts.
I have no blocks. I die.
Okay. Well, in response to damage, I'll pay 6, and I will crack 3 foods, and I'll give Treebeard plus 9 or 9 1/1 counters.
Okay.
So that'll pump him up. So you'll take 6 damage.
Cool.
And then I'm going to go to my GG. I'm going to go to my end step and I'll draw a card. And then I'll pass.
Alright, I draw.
And then I untap because of Quest for Renewal. Or untap my creatures, I mean.
Alright, well, this is going to be a long shot in the dark, but let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll use that to cast Extract from Darkness, which will give me back Orses at value of 5.
Okay, what does Extract do?
Each player mills 2 cards, and I put a creature card from a graveyard into the battlefield under my control.
Oh, okay. Crypt Incursion and a land.
Mill a Forbidden Alchemy and a Relic of Sauron. Great.
Yeah, you're only going to want like Generous Ent, Shire Sheriff. Yeah, I mean the other ones aren't gonna help you. I mean there's Sam, which will get you a food.
I don't think that's going to make a difference.
But yeah, the Ent, you'll get a 5/7. And it'll make a food.
Alright, cool.
Just
Let's grab an Int.
Okay.
5/7 Ints. That, again, is not going to matter.
This is on loan again. Is your deck theme just stealing shit?
I mean, not really.
I mean, at this point, it might as well.
Alright, I got 5/7 worth of Ints. And I will select 4 treasure tokens for 4. Then 5, 6, and 7. Oh, I still have these? Huh. Okay. I will flashback a Forbidden Alchemy, which will take the orcs up by another 3.
Okay. Then what?
I look at the top 4 cards of my library, put one of them into my hand and the rest of them into the graveyard.
Millin, 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 Millin.
Well, that would have been useful way earlier this fucking game. So I will send a Voracious Fell Beast, Wake the Dragon, and a Notion Thief to the graveyard and keep a card in my hand, which I will then tap 3 to play. And it is Grishnok the Brash Instigator. When he enters the battlefield, I amass Orcs 2, you gain 2 more. And I can gain control of a creature on the battlefield with power equal, target non-legendary creature with power equal to or lesser than the Orc army.
Big as your army?
It's a 10-10 right now.
Okay, you can gain control of my 10/10 banquet guests.
Cool, I'll do that.
Or any of my other non-legendaries, but I don't think you want to. So
No, that's fine. I'll just grab it, go into combat, and then swing it.
very cool. So just that swinging at me.
I need these other things to not die.
All right, I'll take 10.
How much does it cost? It costs 2 to sacrifice a food token, doesn't it?
Yes.
Well, I have it, but it's useless. All right, pass turn.
All right. I will untap, draw. I will play this Necroblossom Snarl. It'll come in tapped. That's fine. Yeah, we'll tap 3 to cast Mortify. I'm gonna destroy the Orc army.
Well, it's gonna cost you 2 more.
Okay. Fine with me. I pay 2 more. Get the Morks out of here. And I'm going to go to combat with the whole gang. I'll make a food. And I will pay 6 to sacrifice 3 foods to give Treebeard 9 more counters. So he's now an 18-23
Well,
as
that's
trample.
game.
Yeah.
I really wish that I didn't spend like 4 turns drawing land.
And then I'll sacrifice assemble the Entmoot to make 3 9/9s.
Don't show off.
Like this video and subscribe to the PTW YouTube channel to see more content and find out when our new videos release.
Follow the PTW Twitch channel and subscribe for ad-free viewing.
Don't forget to follow that Facebook and that Twitter to keep up with all the good news.
Don't forget to check out the new merch store. Best way to support the PTW crew and get cool shit at the same time. Thank you all for watching. Peace.
Calm the fuck down.